Hi, this is Stephanie Keegan. I'm going to show you a way to create the illusion of a two-step stamping card. This is a card we're hoping to end up with here at the end. I'm going to start with a 5x7 card. I've already loaded. I'm going to use a photo box over here from the Design Center so I can still see some of that white along the edges to make my card really pop. There we go. On the left here, I've opened up my Designer Series papers and chosen the small polka dots. And I'm going to pull in black towards the top because they're in alphabetical order. And just click and drag until the photo box turns blue. Gonna zoom in just a little bit for bigger polka dots. There we go. Then I'm going to add a small piece of white. So I'm going to browse one more time, go to my cardstock, click on open. I'm going to check the add as page layer button, double click. Alright. Because it's white, I'm just going to go ahead and stretch it out. I don't really care if it gets distorted or not. We're actually going to start with a set called Sweet Summer. Sweet Summer is a special set from the 2011 Celebration catalog. The actual set is very tiny. It's cute and petite, but My Digital Studio lets you take advantage of its capabilities by making smaller sets much larger. I'm going to click here on the little mound of flowers. And right now it looks pretty plain, but we're going to dress her up. When you're going to do any sort of two-step stamping, watercoloring, or layering in My Digital Studio, you really have to make sure to plan ahead. Make sure that your stamp is set to exactly where you're going to want it, because it will be very difficult later to select every single image that you're going to layer on top and then move them to the spot that you want. I would like to show you some of the features of My Digital Studio. In the Design Center to the right, under Stamp submenu, you can click on Add Stamp. You can see I've already done it here. But if you type in flower, you'll come up with a huge list of every flower type stamp that you have in your My Digital Studio program. When I saw this flower one in the For All You Do set, I knew I had gotten really lucky and had found a set that was going to coordinate perfectly with my Sweet Summer flower set. So I'm going to actually click on that and select apply, and it will add it to my set, add it to my card. Going to rotate that. Look, Mom, no stamp-a-majig. I'm going to line this up. As best you can, because it's kind of cool that it's offset. That way you can do the watercolor effect yourself. Anyways, at this point, you can go ahead and copy and paste these on top of all of your flowers just to get started, and then one by one we'll change the colors and change the opacity. Or you can change the color on one of them now and then change the opacity, then copy and paste them all on, because what it'll do is it'll keep that setting of the low opacity, and then you'll just have one step to do. Start with Tempting Turquoise, such a pretty color. I'm going to change the opacity. I think I did 75 because it was like a nice number. Oops. You can either type it in or you can drag the little arrow here. And there it is. Now I'm just going to, I'm using a Mac, so I'm doing Command C, but you could do Control C on a PC, and then Command V on a Mac, or Control V on a PC, and then just adjust it. Okay, so magically I finished doing all that, and now I would like to find a little dot to fill in those these little circles here on the ends. But I don't have one in the For All You Do set, so again I'm going to take advantage of the search function, and let's just type in circle. I'll just use the Enjoy Every Moment circle. I'm sure they're different sizes each, and that's why they're that way. Probably the last one is the smallest. We'll hit apply, close that, line it up, do the same thing, you know, change the opacity, and I forgot to change the color. Okay, so I've changed the colors, I've manipulated to my liking, and now I'm going into my embellishments to add myself a little eyelet. And here I've got the designer brads in the Hodgepodge hardware category. I'm going to grab the silver eyelet, silver brad. You can choose whatever brad you'd like. Alright, now I've got all my eyelets set. I'd like to add some ribbon. Then I'm going to add a little bow. That's how you would mimic a two-step stamping. Just change your opacity, find a matching coordinating stamp, or something that you can reduce to size to fill your stamp. For example, I could have used for circles for each flower and also created a really nice maybe chalk effect. So hope you give it a chance and try it out.